Now. Hello, everyone. This is Roxas1359, joined once again with...
Fizz. Hello, everyone.
And we are here. We are here to confront the 3 new Dread challenges we have unlocked now that we are Crusaders. Ironically enough, we actually also, I believe, have enough points to unlock the next tournament, but that's neither here nor there. So we have Zombie Attack. We have Heavy Metal. And once we end up scrolling down, we have End Zone. So, Fizz, take your guess. Which one of these 3 missions was the entire reason why all of this had to be post-commentary?
Oh, God. I would have to probably guess End Zone.
Actually, no.
Oh.
It was Heavy Metal.
That was going to be my other guess, because I really don't remember this game very much, because I played it way long ago, and the challenges were a blur.
So, here we have Zombie Attack. What this one is basically you're under wave after wave of zombies. You have to survive in time, but guess what? They decided to be a dick to you and take all your weapons, so you can only grab the ones that are on the floor. So, I, for the longest time, thought, okay, it's just zombies. I can just keep them away, just duck and weave. Guess what? It's not just fucking zombies. That would be too easy. No.
I will say the zombie one was the easiest.
Yeah, this one is generally really easy. In fact, this is also where you can get another one of the skill points, I believe, and that's for, I think, killing, 5 or so zombies within 5 seconds of each other.
Yeah, something like that.
So, pretty much for this one, what you end up just having to do is you just have to survive, which is pretty simple enough until you get to about, I think the first minute or so, because then they start dropping those wrench bastards that love to two-shot you. On this difficulty.
Yeah, I remember. I remember hearing about that. I never played it on the hardest difficulty.
Oh, that's Exterminator. That one's bullshit. And
yeah.
Look, if you look right there, there's a weapon that is inside the fucking lava. So thanks a lot, game. Totally gonna help me there.
Oh, super helpful.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, so we got a minute left, and I'm just thinking, this is easy. I just need to survive.
Oh, just give it a minute.
Just give it a minute. In the meantime, I get my dual Vipers to level 6. I just realized now I've been calling the Vipers by their upgraded form, the Raptors.
Yes.
My mistake. And then I realized, hey, you're not a fucking zombie, die!
And you will now be having a hard time.
Yes, now is when everything comes up, so this is when I decide, okay, Scorpion Flail. Doot. 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 Ow! And then meanwhile, I see the wrench guy, I'm like, okay, I can't be reckless and wild anymore. Especially right now, because I am like 27 seconds away and I'm 1 shot from dying. So, I'm kind of panicking, and I'm going, yeah, go away. Yeah, leave me alone. Thank you. Thank you, Friendly Fire. Oops.
I think it was at this point where the wrench guy showed up. I was just keeping my distance.
Well, that's normally your best bet to end up doing, but then the problem is you gotta deal with them if they hit you, because you might not be able to see them, like I am in this case. But, doesn't matter. Managed to complete the challenge. So, that takes care of that. Now, we're going to get into Heavy Metal. And I will tell you this. Heavy Metal actually takes up a majority of this video because of what happens. I have never encountered so much frame drops in a Ratchet and Clank game in my entire life. No, and I think part of it is my disc. So, right here, we have a bunch of kill bolts all around here. So have your bots throw EMPs all down, otherwise those are going to be a problem later on. So pretty much it starts out easy, but it's once the zombies show up that the frame rate will go to shit. Which is
I think
odd.
it's because of all the... I think it's mainly because of all the enemies on the screen.
That's what I was trying to do, and fun fact about this, later on once we see all the frame drops, this is also the other reason why I kept this footage, because I can never record Heavy Metal again. Every single time I have attempted to record Heavy Metal after this has resulted in the game crashing and locking up frames.
Yeah.
Entirely. And to my knowledge, through what I can find, I think it's my copy of the game. Because my copy is a bit scratched up, I will admit. But it plays. This is the only mission that I can't redo. And I tried 5 times. I tried it 5 times, and it did not work. And in the end, it was a failure. So, now that we have a long time, since I'm just going to be killing mooks a lot of the time, why don't you tell us your history with what you remember from Ratchet Deadlocked? Like, when did you first play it?
I didn't grow up with, if I remember right, it's a PS2 game, so I didn't have a PS2 growing up. It was at a friend's house, and that's how I was introduced with Ratchet and Clank. And he was also the friend that introduced me to Silent Hill, because I was a Nintendo house, and he was a PlayStation and Sega house, and...
Oh, that's my house.
Yeah, so, like, he would come to my house and play all the Nintendo games, and I'd go over to his house and play all the Sega games, and PlayStation, and, I remember when Deadlock came out, I was already hooked with Ratchet and Clank. He's like, you have to come to my house, and we have to play Ratchet and Clank. And I was like, okay. And then we found out there is no Clank. And I was like, damn it. I missed the banter. Because it was great.
That is pretty... funny you mentioned that. That is actually what Hello Japan said as well. He said that he missed the banter that is between Ratchet and Clank. And I do have to admit, I miss that in this game. I mean, Merc and Green are nice. I especially like Merc because whenever you die enough times, he'll reference things like Chaucer or something like, hey boss, you read Chaucer? And as a kid, I'm like, what the hell is a Chaucer? And then as a college student, I'm like, oh. Ooh, that's what it is. So, I'm going to ask then, did you and your friend play the multiplayer that this game has?
We tried.
I'm gonna assume that resulted in terrible failure.
Yes. Well, part of it had to do with the fact that the controller I was using was garbage.
Ah, third party?
Yeah.
Ah, those are the best kinds.
Yeah, the only reason why you had it because it was cheap.
Was it a Mad Cat?
I don't remember. It was way too long ago.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Yeah, Mad Cats were usually a big thing. I actually had a Mad Cat controller for the GameCube that did an amazing thing. It would turn off my GameCube. You would plug it in, and it would turn off all the internal parts of the GameCube except for the fan.
That's okay.
Yeah, and it just started one day doing that, and I called Nintendo support for that, and they're like, yeah, can you send us that controller so we can see what might have gone on with that? Because I think they were going to do something if Mad Cat had released a bunch of controls for that, so I sent it to them. So, didn't really matter to me because, I mean, I didn't really use the controller that much. I only used it when people would come over for Melee, but... yeah, Mad Cat. Whatever happened to them? I don't know. Meanwhile, what the fuck happened to my frame rate?
It went to shit.
Oh, and it's going to shit right now. It's at this point to where I'm realizing, okay, I need to kill, like, everyone now to save the frame rate. This is imperative while I hide in my corner.
Oh, the multiplayer thing. Even though it was local multiplayer, setting it up on the PS2 was kind of a pain in the ass. For whatever reason. But the few times we tried multiplayer, it just
didn't work.
Yeah, it just didn't work. I mean, good for them for trying, but no. And we both agreed that multiplayer for a Ratchet game was just weird. Because we're just so used to, like, soloing, you know, with being Ratchet or Clank.
But I mean, if you have if you play the co-op campaign, you can play as the, you know, Jack from Precursor Legacy skin. For some odd reason, it's Precursor Legacy.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
I still don't understand why they use Precursor Legacy for that.
I don't either. But, yeah, it was, I don't know. It just felt weird.
Yeah, you know what else feels weird? When your Ratchet and Clank game dips below the usual 60 or 30 frames per second.
Yeah, this is what, 15? Maybe?
No, I would say this is getting down to 10, in all honesty. At its worst, I think 5. I've never... See, I can recognize this because I'm an avid player of New Vegas.
Yes, you are.
New Vegas, we can reach up to 60 frames per second. We could also reach up to 1.
Oh, God. I've seen it. I've seen videos of it where it was just at a crawl.
Oh yeah, and
I mean, I'm not one of those, high frame rate, pixel count, whatever, kiddies. But even to me, that was like, come on.
Yeah, I need a consistent frame rate. And it was at this point that I'm like, okay, the frame rate's starting to finally resume back to normal. Thank God.
Yeah. That happened a few times in Bayonetta on the PS3 version. Where, I mean, to me, that's when I want a high frame rate. Because it's an action fighting game. Or a spectacle fighting game, I'm sorry. And you need a fast frame rate because you have to go fast.
Wait, was Spectacle Fighter actually officially adopted? I thought that was just something that Yahtzee coined.
Spectacle Fighter? Well, I mean, like Beautiful Joe. That kind of stuff. It's pretty much a Spectacle Fighter.
True, it is the best sort of thing to do for it.
And if you've ever played Bayonetta, that totally fits the game.
True, it's the same with, like, Devil May Cry.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, you would need, like, a high frame rate for, like, Bayonetta, because you have to fight quickly. Especially the fight with Jean on the plane. And she's throwing bullets at you. This was, like, maybe the last part of the game.
No spoilers now.
I'm not. And, well, you fight her throughout the whole game, so it's not a surprise. And she's throwing bullets at you, and you have to act quickly. So if that thing chugged, that would have been frustrating. Oh, and, oh, hey, by the way, congratulations on that.
Yeah, bring it back to Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, that is the only time I have successfully gotten heavy metal in its entirety on camera. Every other time.
And you 4-starred it, too.
Yeah, well, the 4-star is because of my difficulty.
Oh, okay.
That's what that actually means.
Well, that's what I also meant, too,
Yeah.
Good 4-star. If you 4-starred the thing.
Yeah. Now for Endgame, which is actually a really interesting one. All of the robots are going to be going to the red end zone that's right behind us. The longer they stay in it, the more the points go down. We have to keep them away from that. I find using the Hollow Shield launcher to set up a defensive shield like this will knock them back enough to where they can get 1-2 shot. But it gets to a point to where I don't place my shields in the correct order like this.
Yeah, you done goofed.
Yeah, I done goofed. Good thing I got this giant flail that I drag around. Then I just put one out there, and I'm like, just you go right there. This mission is actually rather simple as long as you do this strategy. I think I screw up a little bit near the end, because we have to get towards the end for the time limit, but overall it's fun. We're getting a few frame drops here and there as well, because I think that's still going based off of what happened last time, and also I'm sort of like, shaking the screen like crazy. But other than that, I mean, this is actually a fun mission. I rather enjoy this one. Which is something that's rare, I will say, because there's a lot of Deadlocked missions that feel a lot samey.
Yeah. I will say before, what's that one called? All for One? I think that was the one before Into the Nexus?
Yes. No, that was Full Frontal Assault.
Okay, well there was an All for One where it was like a 4-player co-op.
That's All for One.
All for One. I will say before that game came out, this one was my least favorite.
Have you played Full Frontal Assault?
Yeah, but I have childhood memories of that.
Childhood memories? That's the newer one.
No, that was Into the Nexus.
No, the games that came out after A Crack in Time, the first one was All for One, and then Full Frontal Assault came out. That's the one that a lot of Ratchet and Clank fans hate, because that one's just a tower defense.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different one. I didn't play that one, because I'm terrible at tower defense games.
Well, I don't blame you too much. It's more of a game that you need multiplayer with, in all honesty.
Oh, okay.
But that one, I will honestly say, not counting spin-offs, that is probably my least favorite.
Let me rephrase it. That is my least favorite Ratchet and Clank game I have played.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I don't blame you. Deadlocked is sort of the game that a lot of people it was polarizing for, which is why they returned back to how, we're used to Ratchet and Clank a bit with the Future series. Starting with Tools of Destruction, which is good because, I mean, the arenas were nice because pretty much I just call this, oh hey, the arenas were very popular in Ratchet and Clank 3. Let's make a whole game around it.
Yeah.
Who could be the main villain? Michael Bell, we need you. Stop playing as Lawrence for a bit. Man has many talents.
That is true.
And meanwhile, we're just about to finish this up, and with that, we will actually be done with all of the Dread Zone challenges for the Battle Zone for right now, which is perfect. And that's actually the only time in which I've had significant frame drops.
Oh, PS2.
Oh, PS2, you try so hard. And
Shadow of the Colossus had horrible frame rate drops.
Yes, I've heard tales. Good thing I have the PlayStation 3 port. Fixes that. So, now that we have that, we get the mini turret launcher, a weapon in which I will actually equip mods onto, but you will be seeing very little of in this playthrough. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359.
And Fizz.
And we will see you guys next time. I actually am going to be restarting the live commentary now, because the rest of the live commentary is already recorded.
Oh.
So, Fizz, I'd like to thank you again for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome.
And if you're not on Kingdom Hearts in some point, you will be there for Size Matters.
Woohoo.
So, see you guys next time.
Bye.
All right, and you can